I'll turn it back to Nicole, and she can bring in maybe John to show his photographs.
Yeah, and just to give you a little intro with John, I know, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but when this first started happening to you, it took you off guard and you were a little freaked out, I think. And what I really loved about like seeing this kind of unfold for you is that you actually took like these crazy steps of like sealing off your apartment, like cleaning it, like taping everything shut, like vents. And so I'll let you start sharing some of your footage. So you've been on this path. I know you're probably the youngest on our panel, I think, or the youngest introduced to orbs. So I've liked following your journey.
I've only been recording orbs for a year. In the beginning, I kept hearing is dust. You know, it's a reflection.
Our naysayer in the discussion on YouTube has already bailed. He couldn't take it anymore. He left before the footage. So sorry.
To give you guys an idea of what's going on now. So I've been doing this for a year, and you know, I've been getting a lot of footage, real good footage. So in my circumstance, in my apartment from 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m., just in that window is orbs. Every morning, like clockwork for a year. And now I'm getting mostly aliens in the orbs. I actually purchased a few months ago a HEPA filter. It's big enough to clear out a room twice my size. It's constantly running. It's constantly filtering. I'm always dusting. I'm trying to keep the living room pristine. You know,
right.
It's hard to believe it if you're not really here witnessing it. I can understand, but dust doesn't fly anymore, you know. So, all right, I hit share screen. Is that how I do this?
Yep, down at the bottom. We might have to give you permission or something, but all right.
Am I up?
Yep.
All right, so I'm just going to share a quick video of basically every morning. You see, it's 5 o'clock, the timestamp in the morning. So I sleep on my couch. And as soon as I wake up to get ready for work, this happens every single morning. And you can see some of these, they're moving faster recently as well. But when I slow these down.
Hold on. It didn't open up for me.
Oh, it's not playing?
Yeah. Does everybody else see it? I can see your thumbnails, but the video didn't open.
Let me try that again. Still nothing?
No, did it maybe go behind the screen? You know what I mean? Like I can't see the tab.
Oh, interesting.
It's always something.
I'm not the best at this either.
I'm not either. We'll see if mine works.
How else can I do this?
I don't know. Maybe we can just try one of the.
Let me stop screen sharing for a second, and I'll try to get at this again. So. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, like I said, this is a video when me after I wake up to go to work. Now, if I stay on my couch and don't move, there's no orbs. It happens immediately after I walk out of the room, like clockwork. It's pretty amazing. So to the right of my couch, that's my filter on the table there, and I have some screenshots of this video, but it's basically just, you know, a few here and there.
Yeah.
It's steady, but it's more human faces and aliens more than just regular orbs. Which is crazy. I don't get it, especially the past 3 weeks. Like this video is 8 minutes long, and I found 6 aliens and 4 different types of human faces.
Right.
So
do you recognize any of the human faces ever? Like, do you think your loved ones, or is it just random?
Nobody I recognize, but I'm starting to get the same faces in different videos.
Ah.
So let me, all right, so this is like the first picture that really got my attention. I
Yeah.
put alien gray spirit because at the time I had no idea what was going on. I thought it was like an alien ghost. I had no way to explain it. It's a little grainy. I've recently upgraded my cameras, which helped a lot.
Right.
So this one here, to me, looks like a face of like the devil or a demon or something. It has like a horn. I don't know. Can you guys see that clearly? Need me to zoom in a little more?
It's zoomed. I don't know. I just always, see, like I see something even smaller.
Like the
But
head's like right here. You can see
yeah.
on that cursor, and the eyes and the horn and the nose. It even
And
has
these
like
are
a
all
little
stills.
frown.
I think I did see this video where it like bloop, bloop, bloop and like goes
So
across.
all these figures are all orbs, but for one frame of the video, they just show themselves.
Right.
I have to watch the videos at 1/10 speed to even find this stuff. So like an 8-minute video could take me 4 hours to look through.
Like a
That
little
one scared me a little bit when I saw that. Let's see, go to the side. So here's one of the alien faces I was saying. This guy over here on the left.
Yeah.
I see this maybe 3 or 4 times every morning the past 3 weeks in different spots. It's sometimes it's at a different angle, the way where it's looking, but for the most part, everything's looking right at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty pretty crazy.
Now, do you ever, I know a long time ago, I suggested to you like talking to him or speaking to him and see if there's any kind of interaction. Have you got an opportunity to do that?
And I haven't made it that far yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about that.
Right. Yeah, it's okay. I think we're all nervous at first when we try to figure this out and interact with it.
Mm-hmm. Now here's something. This is from last week. Like right here, there's like you can see like a face.
Yeah.
This is more of a human face. Something like right by the tree or this plant, and then this looks kind of like a reptilian face to me, but I don't know if other people would see it that way. But to me, it looks kind of something like that.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure about that one, but the one at the bottom, that's clearly a face. You can see even like the line under the lips, like the mouth and like the nostrils is pretty clear.
Looks like a lady, a young woman.
And then the next frame, the head exploded into 3 different orbs and went in 3 different directions. It's pretty amazing. Let's see what else I got here. Here's one this is zoomed in here of like a woman's face.
Yep. And you have that misty effect there. I see. That's what I was going to ask you before earlier is I know you were getting the orbs. Have you started to get the mist?
Not really. Not that I've noticed. No.
Get ready. Get ready. I see Daryl smiling.
It's coming.
These human heads have like the mist behind it. And it's weird how they travel. It's, I don't know. And the fact that it happens within the same 2 hours every single day.
Right.
Right now, I'm working on having a paranormal investigation team that was here before. They're just going to set up shop in my apartment for like 6 months. I told them they can just have it.
Oh.
Just keep your equipment recording for weeks and weeks and weeks, And
right.
We're here before for a night, and they got like a thermal picture of something, a being, and they got a couple recordings.
Oh, wow. That'll be nice.
I would like to see if someone had 6 months to invest in just investigating here. And here's another one of a woman's face in the upper left corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is an every morning thing. I don't record every morning because it's just too exhausting. it's
right.
Just much. So I might do it like 2 or 3 times a week. But like I said, for a whole entire year, from 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m., 100% every time I record, never fails.
It is good to take a break. I know all of us have probably become obsessive at some points in our search in this community, but.
And I also get concerned because maybe I think I'm looking too much into them and trying to find something that's not there sometimes. But like most of the stuff I share is pretty clear.
I think we all have those moments, but that's a part of it, you know.
Like also, like I can
It'll
tell.
pester you if you get too negative on yourself. That's when it like comes in and is like, oh yeah, blah, deal with that now. So
All this going on, plus like I guess I'll call it poltergeist activity, like doors kicking open. I hear my name being spoken. Glasses falling off the counter. Like Daryl said, like the intuition when you get the goosebumps and your hair stands up and like you know something's there, but you can't see it. Like that happens all the time. Like I just like take a gasp for air, like all of a sudden I'm on high alert. I'm like, I know something's about to go down, but
I think that's important to mention because in the Skinwalkers at the Pentagon book, they talk as well about the fact that they have this poltergeist type activity.
exactly.
And they make it look like this is something new. Well, everybody who's in this field knows that all this stuff comes with it and it follows you around. And so I'm glad you have that, but you didn't have any orbs dive bombing you in bed and injuring you and stuff like that. Is it basically a positive experience, even though you have this weird hitchhiker stuff where it's following you around?
I had an incident once where something exploded. Like it felt like something exploded in the corner of my eye, and a bright white light shot out, and my head went flying back, and I screamed because it came out of nowhere, and like my eyeball was actually burnt, and I heard the popping sound, like someone threw a firecracker directly at my eyeball, and my eye burned for a couple of days, and that was probably the only time I can say I got injured, besides waking up with like scoop marks and stuff like that. But that's a whole different story.
Wow. Yeah. We'll hear that story sometime, John. I want to take notes on that one.
Well, activity here is at its peak since the past year. So it's been, because I've never got these kind of faces before, like this female. And what's funny is the paranormal investigators had a sense that there was 2 female spirits in my apartment. And then like 3 weeks after they left, I started getting these female images on my camera.
Oh. Well, Daryl, since you're smiling so much, I think you get to screen share next.
I think we should go first to Europe.
Okay.
Because Europe, it's midnight there. I mean, 11 o'clock midnight. So let's go there, and then we'll go to Daryl, because Daryl's like, well, all these next ones are pretty wild things. If you see some of Daryl's stuff, you just go like, I can't, that's unbelievable. But let's go to maybe Macedonia as the farthest east, the latest time. So, Annetta, let's see some of your stuff.
Okay, I'm here. Yeah, I did it.
Good.
Do you see me?
Can you share screen on the bottom, the green button there? Click on it.
Yeah.
And your screen will come up.
I'm doing it, but nothing is happening. But I think I have. Do you see something?
Not yet. You clicked on the share button on the bottom?
Well, I did it a few times. Just a second. It's not doing anything.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird. Yes. Just share.
Oh, here it comes. Here you come. Yeah. Now we got your screen. Now we got your screen.
Okay. So I'm about to share you a short video I've done in my sleeping room. It's a few nights back. Due to the technical problems I've got today, I couldn't make more pictures from this video, but I have some pictures from previous videos from the same room. And so this is my room, and I'm going in bed, and the orbs are dancing with me. It's beautiful. Yes.
Wow.
They're coming from all directions. And sometimes they are faster, sometimes they move slowly.
Well, what is your state of mind at this time? Are you excited? I mean, does it get like when you get excited or feel more love, does it increase? Is there a way? Because I've seen some of the ones you've got, and this is like, it's like a bubble machine. I mean, it's just like huge numbers compared.
Yes. Well, since I have orbs as my friends, I'm almost all the time happy. I'm all the time happy, and they are in the house and outside in the garden, and you know, I just can't go in bed, not putting the camera and filming the orbs, because I know they're all around me, and I feel happy. I feel happy all the time. I guess I have, with the time, having them as my friends, got this maybe higher vibration of love, of happiness, of unity. Wow. Love and unity. And when you feel that way, you don't have to speak to them. I mean, it's okay if you speak to them, but they register our frequency. And the love is a bit higher frequency than some other kinds of emotions. And it is like, you know, magnet, and they're coming.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're like an orb magnet.
Yes. Yes, we have orbs and UFOs and aliens and
you do a lot of filming outside as well. This is your bedroom, but you have a lot outside that you photograph.
A lot.
In the sky.
Yes, a lot. And it's not, you know, whenever I go, I feel that way, and I have these orbs around me. It's no, you know, you don't have to be, I don't know, in some special or some place, you know, just that place. Yeah. If you feel that way, you have them all around you. Now I'm going to show you some pictures. Some are from this, yes, some are from this video. You can see this.
If you can pull up the mist and the beam photographs that you've got a couple of beam and mist photographs.
Yes, I think I have it, but as I said before, I have difficulties to make these pictures. Yeah, this is like, another one.
Wow.
With the face in it here.
What kind of faces do you think you're seeing? Because people will describe beings, ET beings and dead people. Have you had some experiences with dead people, didn't you? Didn't you have some?
Yes, I have. I have just one picture with of my dead mother in the orb.
Okay.
And I know from the that at some point, first when the people die, when the person is dying,
yeah,
the energy is kind of a mist, you know, and then they transform in an orb. Wow. I've got these experiences in 2 occasions to see them during 2 funerals. I saw it was like, you know, the body, but it's not shaped, but like a mist and white. And after that, I asked them to leave and to go to the light, and they transformed them in orbs.
Wow.
And they went away. But mostly of my experience in the orbs, I have ET friends from different races.
Okay.
Some of them are small, some are tall. And yeah.
And you had the one, we should note that you and I did a couple of podcasts or a couple of YouTube videos where you actually show you had the being right, like within a couple of feet of you.
Oh yeah.
Filming,
oh yeah. So. My friend. Yeah. He came in the orb. He came in an orb and went with an orb. So it was like this one. The orb from the being was like this one, was much bigger. Yeah. Much bigger. And so let me.
And that's the edge of your house there, right?
Yes, outside. House, yes, outside in the garden.
And you film almost every night, right? You're out there
every night.
Probably about this time of night. We're cutting into your orb filming time. This is about when you film.
No, we'll go later. This one is very interesting too. They are with different colors. Wow. When I feel the ecstasy of love, I find it out. I have these color of orbs, mostly. These violet orbs. It's good.
Violet, just for people who don't, if you read the Michael Newton stuff, it's the highest level in the spirit world, violet.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
It's a good sign.
And
that's a good sign, yes.
Taking my notes, like it seems like people associate red with comfort, blue with happiness, and now I have violet with the ecstasy of love.
Ecstasy of love, yes.
Wow, there's a huge one. Wow.
This one is huge. Yes, this one it's got 3 persons inside. You know, this one here and here and here, someone. And let me see.
Any messages you think that you're getting from them in terms of what they want you to tell the world?
To the world, they want to tell that the love unites everybody here and there and everywhere.
There you go.
You know, it's not a specific message that I have in words, but I have in feelings.
You're talking to the same people that Nicole's son is talking to. Yeah. Love is the answer.
Love is the answer to unity, to everything. Let me okay. I in any case I said okay, I will put this one. You know, I told you and I showed you. I put it because it's also an orb, but this is travel and how it calls watching vehicle, if I may say.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Here, yeah, this is interesting.
You remember?
Yeah, this is interesting. You filmed this for quite a while. You showed me the video.
7 minutes, but I wanted to repeat it to show to the rest of the people here. Maybe they have maybe the same or maybe something like this.
Yeah. And that's pretty close to you. The roof is pretty close to you there.
Yes, it was very close. And this thing was watching me and I was watching the thing and filming. And I don't want to keep more time here. So I will, okay.
That's amazing.
Yes, thank you, John. In the pictures, I took a few pictures from this film, from this video, and I found it out that in one, there was an alien with a small head.
Okay.
And in the next one, picture of the same video, there was a triangle. I don't know what it was, but obviously these orbs are not just changing forms, but changing the thing that is inside. Wow. You know, it's a mystery for us. We still have to grow up and
but it's an interesting mystery. It's like watching a new movie every night.
Yeah. So this one here is one of the pictures of this video. And here, I don't know, is an alien or triangle. Oh, I don't know what it is.
Or a ship or something. Looks like a little ship.
A ship or something, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was, it was watching me. I was watching it. I was filming. And as I was moving my telephone, my camera, it was moving.
Wow.
At the same time, the same direction. And here is a still video from the same thing. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry, I have got these technical difficulties to put more pictures, you know, but it's very interesting. You see the same orb, but it's changing color.
Oh,
you know.
Wow.
And it doesn't mean that we, for example, here is white, yellow, or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we saw it. Yes, here you can see it better. The inner structure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wow. Fascinating. Fascinating.
I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I'm noticing everybody's footage is in color. I'm not able to pick up anything on my cameras unless it's in night vision.
Oh yeah, I have in a night vision too, but I said I've got these technical difficulties and I couldn't put it here, but I have in a night vision orbs and also UFOs.
You might ask John.
Yeah.
One of the things I would bring up is that Desta had that. Desta just started when Janet was getting photographs. Then Desta would bring out her camera, and Desta brought out these old point and shoot cameras. And the first couple of weeks she was photographing, she had just sort of black and white stuff, and then the colors started to come later.
Ah.
I haven't seen the colors yet. I guess that's my next step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will try to find here maybe some that I have from the orbs in infrared camera, but it's very difficult. No, I don't think this was, no, this was a UFO or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I have to check it out. It's just for John to show, but I'm not quite sure what it was. No, this is all in night vision, infrared camera, pictures and videos I have. I put a new one today on my YouTube channel too.
Wow.
No, this is not. This is a UFO. That's
yeah, you're getting a lot of stuff. You're getting a whole spectrum of. But how many photographs would you say you have? 10,000, 20,000?
10, more than 10,000. This is nice, John, for you for for a good night. This is a UFO I've got
Wow.
a few weeks ago. It's in infrared, a night vision camera.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry, I cannot find this orb thing.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that for now, and recommend maybe Nicole can put, we can maybe put the link in the YouTube in terms of the videos that we did before, because we did one with you, we did one with Daryl.
I was going to link that, our previous discussion, and then I was going to try to link everybody's YouTube channels or Facebook pages, because I know we all have posted a lot of stuff that we just
I think Annetta and I did 2 1 hour or maybe longer where we go through all the outside photos and the alien that comes up and the alien standing on the roof, and she has some pretty wild stuff.
I know, and you also have a lot of Jeff's who somehow disappeared, but Jeff's photos that he has, we can also.
He has the beings too. So let's go to Tress. Tress, can you share? Because Tress has got really, she's got the her stuff is the beam stuff, and I don't think most of Tress's stuff is on the internet. She would just send me stuff, and I go, "Where'd you get this from?" Oh, she hasn't. I'd say probably, well, I don't know, a couple of % she's put on, but some of the stuff that Tress got is just almost like daytime stuff. Are you there, Tress? Or your audio is off.
I haven't actually got anything sorted out to share any of my photographs. I didn't know that we were going to do that. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Well, Tress, I can link to Echo Whispers. You do have some of your stuff posted on your Facebook group, so.
Yeah, the first lot is not mine, so you have to go down a wee bit. There is one at near to the top that I put up recently.
Okay, we can do that. Daryl, are you ready? Smiles.
There we go. Get ready for a circus here. This is
here. Well, I tried to keep it to like 12. You know, that's what you said. Keep it to 12.
Yeah.
So
good luck.
I got tickled with that, and it's like, let's see what we got here. Okay.
You definitely got to do the monastery one. People got to see the monastery one. That's just like wild.
Okay, here. So
you can flip through fast because you've got so many. It's just like breathtaking.
So I just pulled a couple. Oh, great. Oh, okay. So this is the monastery, and okay. So this is up in Shanghai, China, and we were at a Buddhist monastery, and it was the summer solstice, and the monks are literally on inside chanting, and literally thousands of people come to this place every single day, you know, and this the altar right there, and everybody, the individuals that were out here.
Can you go to full screen? You just got the thumbnails on there.
That's just the thumbnail?
Yeah, yes, we just see the thumbnail, or at least I do.
I do too. Yeah.
I had the same problem. I think you have to open the picture and then screen share.
Okay, let me try that then.
Okay. It's worth the wait.
I know. I'm looking at the thumbnails and I'm like, wow.
Let me see here. Okay, stop share. I guess I got to open this up. Let's see. Maybe this one will do. Did that do it?
There you go. There you go.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay. So
Like
this is in Shanghai, China, 2016. And what I discovered is, look, wherever you're at, they're at. And if you get that, you get that goosebump feeling, you know, whether it's on the top of your head, the back of your head, your gut, your arms, right side, left side, they're communicating. The books, a lot of the books that were shown earlier, I have a lot of those books, the Beyond Photography. Diane Cooper's got a really great one. Tom Dongo, which he's here in Sedona. But these are, so this one, oh, here's another one that you can see the monks in there, and it's still all over. Another spot. And then down here, and this guy literally had orbs on his hands.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see, I guess I might be able, yeah, I can zoom in here.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah, so you can literally see, see that they were all around him there. More. Inside.
The dust has gone away.
This is my friends down in Florida. This is in Sedona on one of the trails. Oh.
Wow.
Interesting orb, you know, down in Miami. But it had intricate designs with it.
Wow.
My friend's backyard in Florida, you know, big, either blue or purple. I'm colorblind, so I can't quite tell.
Now you can't see none of this with the naked eye, right? Correct.
I can feel it, you know.
You just know to take pictures. You get the feeling.
And I kept asking, you know, help me to be able to hear you, to understand you, to feel you, to recognize you, and help me to be able to listen better. Because you'll get it, you know, grab your camera, come outside. I don't feel like it, you know. But the moment that you surrender it, you know, and you start doing it, and the more, look, all you need to do is ask, and the more you ask, because they're happy to oblige, you know, they're happy to oblige you.
Wonderful.
They want to communicate with us just as much as we want to communicate with them, you know.
Look at that energy going straight up there. From the ground up, the energy swelling up. It's amazing.
So
this must be diamond dust in the air. It's sparkly diamond dust.
Sugar, Grant says.
You know, so, and it's the veil, the orb, the mist, it all, you'll get it. If you haven't been getting it, you will start to. This has been, I guess, over 10 years for me. And now this one has the one with an elemental in it, where it's actually the largest elemental I've ever, you know, that showed itself to me ever, right there.
Wow.
You know, and that was literally along, oh, there's a small one too, along with the other orbs around it. But you can, you know, so they congregate, they hang out, you know, together. So you'll get mist, you'll get orbs, you'll get elementals, you'll get star beings, you'll get the council showing up to interact with you, to speak with you, to share information with you, to download you or to upload you. And all you need to do is be open. If you're open to it, look, if you asked and you want to see, then they're going to show it to you. So don't forget when you're like, why am I seeing this? Because you asked. You know, you asked to see it. You wanted to know, so they're going to show you. And when you do, you know, like, so it's the moon. I've never seen the moon look quite like that. You know, no, it wasn't the moon. So it just, you know, how open to, like, and this is that same photo here, but you can see orbs. Look, they'll gather and they heal people. You'll see them on people, above people. This lady was calling in, and this one right there, you know, right above her. So it's what we're open to. Daytime orbs. This is my sister's house, and my grandmother passed away, and this was a week after she had passed, and I was asking for a sign from her. My nephews were standing right behind me, and they said, "Do you think anything will show up?" I said, "Well, let's take a photo and see." So I took the photo, and this is when I asked for my grandmother to show herself, this is what I got. You know,
Wow.
so you've got different color ones, but clearly they're all they're headed somewhere, you know, wherever that
Beautiful.
may be.
Oh, that's wow.
So that's you know, for my grandmother. This is of course, you know, the camping trip over friends. You know, I was like, dude, you got something over your head. This is the up at Airport Mesa, one of the vortexes here in Sedona, you know, and thick. I mean, literally, you could feel it, you know, and they were, you know, that's what showed up there. Let's see, Pluto's Cave. This is New Orleans. Was at an Airbnb and stepped outside the backyard and took that.
Wow.
This is the walking up in West Fork. People like it's a waterfall. It is not a waterfall. I told my girlfriend, I said, I feel something beside you. So I took the photo, and you can see that it may look like a waterfall, but it is not. You know, it literally has its own, you know, it's its own being, and it came up out of the water. You know,
That's you had to have captured that, taken that picture at the perfect time to get it to look like that.
I kept asking to be able to hear them better. So when you get the goosebumps, you know, it's like, hello, there's your spidey sense going off. Follow through. If you follow through, something amazing is going to happen. For the bulk of us, is being able to trust. See, because literally we're receiving information that a skeptic is not going to believe anyway, and we're fairly skeptical ourselves, which is why they ask for us. We ask for proof. So then when we get the goosebumps, like now, follow through. If you have your camera with you, you know, go outside or take a picture inside, doesn't matter. Look, if you got things, lights turning off or on, electronics acting up, doors opening or closing, they're trying to get your attention. It takes a lot of energy to move these things around. So when you actually allow yourself to pay attention to that, this is up at Mount Shasta, Sand Flats, I want to say, right there. My friend calling them in. You know, so if you're open to them, now this one, Airport Mesa, once again, I asked for the Holy Spirit to appear, right? Which in order to say the bird of pure white light. Well, this is what showed up. And as you can see, there's the pure white light bird. Here are the orbs hanging out with it.
It's always a mixture of activity, right? It's not just orbs. It's a whole bunch of stuff at one time.
Right. So because you literally have all these different beings that are interacting with you from interdimensional, multidimensional, you know, so you have, and think about it, we're beings of light too, right? So depending on what frequency you're at is the way that they're able to communicate with you. And of course, the more that you're able to open up, the more information you're able to receive and take in. The more open you are to it, you know, it's like, how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? You know, some people just want to like, I don't know what's down there. And other people like, I can't wait to find out. This is my friend in Pluto K. You know, she said, hey, let's take a picture of you and you take a picture of me and see what shows up. So this is what showed up around my friend, Debbie, you know, at Pluto's Cave in Mount Shasta. And it's well known to be, you know, to have portals there. And so this literally, you know, that's what showed up around her, you know. This is in my friend's backyard, and it's a peace pole. And you can see that it has all the different, you know, symbols of peace and whatnot. Interesting that there's the orb hanging out right above it. You know, so these are sentient beings that are fully, you know, aware. You know, they can communicate clearly to with us. Here's another one that showed up. You know, this is the Shasta. Oh, the rainbow orb.
Wow, that's awesome.
This Archangel Raziel just appeared as a rainbow color orb, and this appeared to me in Shasta. It also appeared to me in my backyard in Sedona, but it has appeared quite a few times. So, you know, big orbs, small orbs, you know, they show up in multitude of ways. My friend's daughter, she kept feeling something around her, and nobody wanted to believe her. So like, well, let's take a picture and see. And well, this is, you know, that's what appeared.
Wow.
You know, around her. So, you know, these are just a handful. This one, and you can see that there's some type of aura that's also covering her.
Oh,
you know,
wow, yeah.
So these are, these are things that appear. I didn't put any of the mist or anything like that on there because I didn't think,
Yeah. I've got one of your missed ones that I'll show.
Orbs.
But these, so orbs can come in a multitude of ways, by themselves or together or moving, around people, literally daytime, nighttime, with elementals of fairies, in backyards, on portals, you name it, they're there. And, so these are,
wow.
These are just
fantastic,
amazing,
beautiful.
A handful of the ones that I have taken.
Daryl, did you see the yellow one that you've got a face in? The last one.
Yeah,
that's a child. That's a young child that's in that one.
Yeah, the face. You can see the face in there. Yeah.
I noticed that too.
Which one?
The one with the girl. The girl with the mist over her, but the one beside her had a face.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, that looked pretty clear.
Yeah.
The two little kids.
I know exactly what you're talking about. There she is.
Oh, that's
the other one. No, the other one.
Yeah, right here.
One.
Yep.
Yeah, this one here.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's smiling.
You can see the nose and everything.
I call it the Christ consciousness, because it's the golden orb, and it's the first golden orb that ever appeared to me. And McKenna had told me, she said, I believe I was your great grandmother in a past life, and I got chills all over me, and I guess we were at Peru, but that's where she had that vision, and she shared that with me. And so when I took this picture, and seeing, I'm like, okay, because literally the next picture, that's where I got the chills over me when she told me that. But as you can see, if kids are around, animals around, they're going to show up. If you ask and invite them, they will show up. If you want to communicate, they will interact. All you need to do is be open. And literally, I just take pictures and ask, and literally, how many signs does it take for you to get it? It's like, well, as many as it takes. It's like, how many clicks does it take to get to the center of this year old pop? So this is up in Chihuahua, and this is where you've got the mist along with orbs, right there. And this is where Kevin was at, Grant, where we were up there.
Kevin Estrella,
and so these are, and this is up at Window Rock, just back in June. They invited me up there at the Navajo Reservation, and we started taking pictures, and this is what was around them. They were started talking star language, and I said, all right, well, it looks like you caught something in, because this was, what was all around them there. And I told him, I said, don't freak out, I said, but you're being followed, so this is the type of things that, that shows up. So we are, I guess, emissaries, to document this, these things, these beings, to show this is where they're all gathering. And calling them in, and it's like they respond if you invite them, and you get a group of like-minded people, wanting them to, show up. Look, they show up. If you get others, they're able to document it. You're going to, to be able to share
which leads to it leads to a question I can ask it to anybody wants to jump in, and that is the government has put out this book now, or people formerly at the government, saying that they're interested, they're investigating this stuff. We have, I think, some of the experts on orbs here today who have taken thousands of photographs. Has anybody been contacted by anybody official and asked for help in terms of helping them understand what's going on?
No, I haven't. But bring it on. I'd talk to them.
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That it appears that they're really not as interested in what's going on. Otherwise, they'd be talking to the people who are actually in the middle of this thing, which is you people who are the experts, I think.
Yeah.
Or inside, my dog was sitting here, and there was one right beside him, and then a bigger one, in the house. So they show up,
Errol, I got a quick question for you.
Sure.
So let's say you're outside and you have the feeling to take a picture. Do you think if someone was standing next to you who doesn't believe in this stuff, took a picture at the same time, you think they would pick these orbs up, or you think they would pick up nothing?
Nothing. I've literally had people do that, you know, where we've taken those pictures at the same time and they're covered and, you know, and nothing shows up on theirs. And it's, you know, and spending time with them, you know, over a few days. And by the end of those few days, them, you know, having a shift, you know, to where they're open to it, to where they've had loved ones, you know, that they've had dreams about, that have been showing up, you know, communicating with them, but they, you know, they didn't understand it. And then you look at the orb, and then the loved one's faces in the orb. You know, these are the type of things that show up. You know, our loved ones. You know, we're spiritual beings, so you know, and our, you know.
Another question. Another question for you, Daryl, is:
will you stop your share screen and I'll get mine set up? I think I might be the last
okay,
one.
I'll just show a few before you. I've just got about 3 photographs because Tress is here. I've got a couple of Tress's. I'm on the wrong computer. Otherwise, I could show Tress's photos. They're on my other computer. But the one thing I wanted to point out, and Daryl, you can confirm this, that you have this thing where people say, oh, it's the camera. You got a special camera and you're doing whatever. You've had situations, I believe, where someone is not getting anything on their camera. You pick up their camera and it appears on their camera as well.
Yeah, and people are like, well, what kind of camera do you use? It's like, they're just regular cameras. Like this one is a Fuji Nikon. It's a Nikon. This one is, you know, this is a Nikon too. You know, and then I've got like a GE and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of camera you have. You know, it's the person. You know, if you're open to it, and that just doesn't matter. Old camera, new camera, it'll happen. Somebody else's camera.
Yeah, because Janet was using an old point and shoot, and that's what we were using in Canada here. Let me share. I've got this. I'm just going to show these photographs because Tress is on here. Because Tress has got some interesting. Can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
These are the beams that we're talking about. So I mentioned the one Jeff who was here and then left. He's in downtown Chicago. He's in the middle of Chicago. He's getting these things. So this is what we talk about, the beams. You have the mist, the beams, and the orbs. This is yours, Tress, right?
Yep, that's my one. Yep, remember when that one came in? And you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's a sort of a white round bit underneath it.
Yep.
So it's going actually into the big white orb that's actually on the ground. So it was coming down into the orb that was in the ground. It was linking in with that. It's just that I only caught the bottom of that while that came in.
Wow, yeah, you have some really spectacular stuff. I would suggest everybody to go to the link that we're going to put up and look at some of your stuff, because your stuff isn't really not that public, but it's a lot of photographs like this, which are sort of, and you see this with the orbs, is like it does, if it were a light being shone, it would go all the way through the sky, but you've got somewhere you can actually see where it stops in the middle of the sky. This is one that you had. I think this is yours. I think you just put this out, right?
Yes, and you can see the being. There's a being in the very middle of it, at the top coming down. There's a wee portal there, and there's a being inside that's dancing around. And all the light beings are all dancing around. I go out and I was singing my songs in my language to the universe, to the trees, and I'm at the back of a cemetery here, so I get a lot of energy from there coming in, and when I sing, I can feel them coming in round me, and sometimes I can actually see the shadows of them around me, so I start taking the pictures, and then this is what comes out in the pictures. They're so happy. You can see they're happy. They just want to enjoy that moment with you and be a part of what you are.
Wow. And this, I think this is Annetta's, right?
Yes, that's mine. Yes.
Yeah, the beam. So here again, you see this thing where if it's a light, it's going to go all the way down. It cuts it off, almost like it's doing that on purpose, that it's trying to show you something really weird that doesn't make any sense. Like the light should come all the way down. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It is one picture, but with the light here seems like 2 pictures in one, but it's actually one picture. And the light was covering my left side, the whole left side of my body. And what I found it out, we hadn't time last time to talk about it, be short. The left side of my hair were growing up very fast, and the right side of my hair on my head. That was unusual with this light. And with the time, find it out too, that I started to write. I'm right hand writing, but I'm writing now also with my left hand. Wow. So it's fantastic. I don't know what will be next. I will tell you for sure.
Well, I'm honored to be part of all of you. We're going to go to Nicole. She can show screen, but I'm just honored to have known all the people around the world who are doing this. I say you get to name the phenomena. It's almost like you're living at the time of Jesus or the time when you're making discoveries. You get to name the phenomena. You're the first to bring it to the world, and I appreciate your sharing it with me and with the audience. So Nicole, you want to go ahead now?
Yeah, sure. Let's see, it'll be my turn to have some technical difficulties, but let's test this out here.
You're young, you shouldn't have that trouble.
Hey, I'm not young enough. Do you guys see my share screen?
A couple of years, you'll have Will on here working the whole thing for you.
I hope so. I just wanted to put this picture up. This one, and can you guys see this?
Yeah, oh, go full screen there in the middle. Yeah, up.
Yeah, it's blocked. Hang on. Whoop. You should
be able to go full screen. Beside the X, the little box beside the X there. No, there. Up. No, on
the other one.
The other one.
I know it's blocked by my share screen. Hang on. Here we go.
There we go. That one was getting eaten.
I think this is my video. Hang on 1 second. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just about a minute long.
Wow.
And when was that taken?
This was taken 2 years ago.
Is that when you contacted me that you're leaving and you're going out of town? That they were seeing the thing? Is that when that happened?
No, this was one that I actually recorded from my tablet when I was sitting out one night. And this was before I knew about CE5. This was before anything.
Wow.
But you see it kind of comes in and then it'll come, or it goes out and it'll come back.
That's pretty cool.
Nope, it's back.
Wow. This is what
they do for me. And this was actually kind of far away and I zoomed in on it. So you could see it kind of like comes in and comes out. But yeah, I don't know. I've never said that with your naked eye. A structured craft. No, it hung out in the sky for a few minutes. Of course, I always get like nervous or scrambled and I grab a device, but sometimes, and I used to get really fed up. I bought like expensive cameras, point and shoot cameras, Polaroid cameras, but I seem to be one of those experiencers that have technology fails. Like I'll take all this stuff with me and then none of it'll work. It'll be charged in the brain. Like
what a feeling.
Welcome.
Okay, let me see.
They want you to work at it. They're not going to give it to you for free.
I know. And I did have to work for that. It was like 20 years before I was able to get anything on camera. Anything. This one, I just like to point out when we talk about these things, this was one of the official Mystery Wire releases. And that one in the center here, you know, is seen all over the place. That's an orb. Okay. That's an orb, folks.
Okay, hang on. Just before you go back to that, click on that screen again. We had Janet, who actually just contacted me and said that she had to go out. She's got the right-hand photograph identical. She sent it to me from California, about 5 different photographs in the middle of the afternoon, identical photographs she filmed. She's got a lot of orbs. We're bringing her on for orbs, but she filmed that in California.
This is what people call the Batman balloon, but historically it's been known as the shield or a shield. And some people say it has even appeared back as far as Roman conquest times.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't have. If I had it, I would show you the. It's identical. And just to make a point on the Batman balloon, this is absolute nonsense. I live in, and Janet can confirm. When you got a Mylar balloon, we live here where it's like 20 or 30 below. When it's 20 or 30 below, your Mylar balloon will disappear into nothing. It will completely shrink down. And if they say that's a Mylar balloon at 35,000 feet or whatever, they're absolutely insane. There would be nothing left of a Mylar balloon at 35,000 feet.
Yeah, welcome to Winnipeg.
I actually made a video about that. I actually bought the Batman balloon and released it and recorded it.
You did, John. That was good. This is Bob McGuire's 3 orbs in the triangle.
There you go. I don't think I've ever seen this before. This is at Chris's place?
No, this is out Bob McGuire's front door at his house.
What did Bob think it was?
He, I think, somewhat thinks it's the hitchhiker phenomenon from the Bledsoe visit. But, you know, Bob's an experiencer as well. So I think the high strangeness is starting to find him on his own.
There you go. Oh, that's
but, you know, Bob, he has cameras set up all over his property and they kind of automatically get tripped. And this was what was out. He said he was sitting in his recliner. It gave an alarm that his camera had been triggered and he walked outside and they were flying away. But this was the little like 30-second clip that he sent me.
Wow. And play one more time. And people should know that Bob McGuire was a high-level scientist, mathematician with the Institute for Defense Analysis, which is a top military think tank organization. He's no slouch. He's a pretty high, powerful guy that knows.
Right. And
he's got film cameras set up everywhere.
There is a longer video to this. I think that's just all Bob could send me via like Facebook or something.
Well, thank him for that. That's wonderful.
I will.
They're moving. They're movements from left and the right side too. If you, yes. Left and right, beginning and the end. I don't know if you saw it, just like lights. I don't know.
You see you can see like the light like this. I think this is from his actual like doorbell camera. So it's one of those interesting bits. But here, I'll stop my screen share. That's all I have to share. I do think it's important, and I am so honored that all of you joined here today. I think it's important. I know we like to poke the bear and say, oh, they've got it wrong. But at least when we come out and we come together and share these stories, at least it's a more fully rounded discussion instead of like, oh, this is just scary and terrifying, or it's an attack, or whatever the frenzied orbs did to that guy. I'm sorry. Maybe they were just trying to get your attention.
Yeah, it does balance out the story that's being told, and people have to know. That's what I asked. Has anybody been contacted? Because you would think that if you're really trying to figure out what this is, you'd go to people like we have on today, and there are a lot more that didn't show up today who have been doing this for years, have been photographing this, have photographs and can be talked to, but nobody's talking to these people, and I consider them. Maybe we can go around everybody give a final comment as to what people should remember. What do you think is important about this in terms of what's happened and whether you do it again? Of course, I guess you do it again because everybody's totally obsessed like I am.
Well, I mean, I think it's very important that we should have more and more groups like this, more Zoom groups talking about orbs, other species and that, because it's bringing other people together to watch, and people that maybe doesn't really understand what's going on. And when they see groups like this taking place, they'll open their minds to thinking more about what's happening around us. I mean, I always say that if the humans can't live in peace and they kill each other all the time, no other species is going to come to this planet, because if the humans are killing each other, what are they going to do to the other species if they step off these crafts? You know, so it's something to think about. But I just feel that we have to have more love, more caring, more thought towards each other, and start thinking about outside your bubble, about what's around us. Start opening your mind to what's around us. and asking more questions to the people that know what's happening around us. So, yes.
Well, one question for you, because one thing always struck me was you find in the experiencer movement, a lot of people are into Gaia, they're into nature, and they're into animals. You're into animals. Can you just speak a little bit about the effort that you do in terms of animals?
Well, I run my own Scottish animal charity. I have done for almost 30 years. I'm an animal activist. I look after animals. I fight for the rights of animals. I'm vegan. I was vegetarian all my life, except when I was a child, growing up till I was about 16. Then I became a vegetarian when everything started clicking in my head that it wasn't right. And looking at what was on my plate, I couldn't look at it. I realized that it was my brothers and sisters, so I couldn't do that. When I was a child, I used to go up to the farm. I never would wear clothes as a child. Mum used to come out and pick my clothes up all the time. I didn't want to wear clothes. I used to go up to the farm. I used to sit on the wall where all the pigs were, and they would tell me how they felt about their life, about what things were happening to them. And I used to get so emotional because I couldn't do anything for the animals at that age. And then I just grew up knowing that I was so different from everybody else, trying to tell people, not tell people, but contact with people and say to them, you know, try and do it this way, not that way. And, you know, there's too much greed in the world. We don't need all the stuff that we're actually hoarding in our houses, all the stuff that we're buying. We don't need that. We need more love. We need more time to look at nature, to look at all the animals, the foxes, the badgers. I mean, I go out there filming at night time, and I have 6 badgers and a lot of foxes that sit round me, and I feed them whatever, their fig biscuits or whatever it is. But I'm with nature all the time, so they trust me and they come to me, and I feel for them, and I link in with them. I speak to them telepathically, and I know what they're saying. So it's just my life. It's been like that, and it's a wonderful life. I can't ask for any more, apart from now that I've moved on a shift, and now I'm opening up to all the elements that I'm now being told to do from my peers from my planet, that now I'm getting all these downloads and telling me what I have to do. And Tiburon is here with me. He's been here with us all night. He's a small grey who's been with me since a child, and he thanks you all so much for all the information that you're putting out there to the people, because they want this to happen. And as I say, he's always around me, he's always guiding me. And for the orbs, my orbs heal people. They have healed people. They do so much good, and they've helped me to keep my well-being all my life when things have gone wrong. And they're out there to be helpful to the humans. And as I say, to love is the most important thing on this planet, especially at this time, what we're all going through. Instead of thinking bad things or negative things, turn it around to a positive thing. Don't have negative in your life, and look forward to goodness that's going to happen. And sending that out to the universe will bring back all the elements of all the energies and the orbs with so much love and positiveness and goodness to everyone, that the whole planet will shift.
Beautiful.
That's
Annette,
all I say.
Beautiful, a beautiful
Yes.
message. Annette, can you beat that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I also began with the time to not eating meat anymore, loving animals, loving trees, loving the whole planet and all people on this planet and far away. And my message to all this story with the Skinwalker Ranch is that we have to go there and take pictures there.
Yeah.
That will be the message to the world. Yes. What is the reality of all this phenomena?
Beautiful. We've got the contact to the guy who owns it. We'll propose it and see what he says.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be great.
Yes.
Daryl, you want to go next?
We are ambassadors. We are universal ambassadors, and we speak for those that are unable to speak. Whether whoever we were in our past lives, our souls have done this before. It's very familiar to our souls. We're open to them as they're open to us. We're able to receive this information and share it to others. So whether, high priest, high priestess, galactic counselors, or whatever we are to one another, this is something that our souls agreed to do. Our star brothers and sisters are very much like us, and you have some of them that just can't get along either. They want to go around fighting and acting crazy, and you have others that want to bring peace, love, knowledge, and information. So you have those that want the information for healing, for love, for growth, and you have those that want it for power, control, and manipulation. And so we find ourselves, even the insects do it, even the animals do it. So you literally have every single species in the universe, playing out these same patterns and behaviors. And for those that figure it out, they're called to share the message and the information to those who are open or want to understand it. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And this is only going to continue. Literally we've just witnessed, if anything, you just give yourself the past, how much information has become available literally over the past year. More coming. For those that are open to do that, look, we're being assisted clearly. And if you're comfortable with stepping forward to do this, amazing and great things are going to happen. Literally, look, this is something that I was not even, seeing, years ago, but here we are, like-minded individuals sharing what we've been called to do. So I'd say that's quite remarkable. Our love and light is definitely needed right now on this world because it's going through it. But usually when there's mass chaos happening, that something remarkable is going to come after it. So I'd say for us to continue to support one another, lift each other up, be gentle with ourselves as best we can, because look, you got those that just are not going to accept it, acknowledge it, or be at peace with it no matter what. That's just who they are. And you have those that are going to seek you out because they're guided to you. I imagine that we'll do just fine continuing to follow the path we're guided to follow, as long as we listen and trust it. Your intuition is never off, it's never wrong, and you have all these divine beings that are assisting us. If we ask for a sign or a message, or we get it, so that's for us to be able to acknowledge it. Ask the right questions and you will get the right results. And I believe that's what we're being called to do. For those that have the courage and strength to step into this, we're delightfully finding that we're watched over, guided, and assisted in all ways. So how awesome is that? Super grateful for this. I had no idea if my computer would act right today. That's why I logged on just to see, because sometimes my electronics don't want to act right, when you're about to do things like this and you're like, oh, right, really? So I turned it on and it worked. So I was like, okay, because other times, nope, not happening. So I'm super grateful, for all of this. It's been a great experience. All of you are awesome. And what do you know, soul brothers and soul sisters? It seems like we are cut from the same cloth. So apparently we've all been in the same mystic schools, doing this before. Earth the Goosebumps.
That was beautiful.
I would be quite delighted for us to be able to unite and be together. Any of those places, the Bradshaw Ranch, Skinwalker, Shasta, these are all places that hold remarkable energy. And I would imagine that if we have the ability to be there, then I would absolutely know for certain that something quite remarkable which reveal itself to us, which, who knows, that may be what they're working on and planning, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Janet, how about you? Any closing remarks?
If Earth is the learning school and we're all here to learn, right? What did your mom say on the first day of school is be kind and gentle and play nice. Make friends, that's how you make friends. So I think, yeah, the earth is in a turmoil. We can see all that. And I think because we've been given this ability to see the energy and the others, I think it's up to us to bring calm and understanding. And for the people that will listen and hear that, I have a great love for animals and all that too. I do more plants. I'm a seed analyst by nature, so that's my. Yeah, so we're all earth creatures, right? So yeah, let's do this again. I'm in.
Yeah.
And wonderful art behind you. You got your metal art behind you there that people should see.
Yeah.
Your house is full of it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, Nicole, John next, I guess.
Oh, I think John might have just had to take a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he paused it.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
First of all, it was awesome seeing everybody's evidence. I'm surprised everybody's footage is a little different than the next person, but it's kind of all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I've only been recording this stuff for a year. I'm a baby in all this, you know. I recorded these orbs by accident. It wasn't something I was looking for. Before all of this, like I've had like abductions and missing time, out of body experiences, like all that kind of stuff throughout my life. Last year I had a moment where like I used to be like fearful like my whole life. I just had a moment where I felt the fear just like leave. And it was like a week later, the orbs were just coming like that fast. Like my whole life changed once I wasn't afraid anymore. And my experiences went up like 1,000%. It's amazing. For me personally, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in my life. This is more of a personal thing than anything. Like, I feel like I'm an alien or a paranormal attraction. Like, I feel like things like to come and look at me, and the orbs are just a piece of the puzzle. Yeah. Especially with having the alien beings in the orbs, which they look at the camera, like I feel like they want me to see them. You know, it's been amazing. You know, I'm looking for like I've seen the orbs with like people show pictures that have like the plasma inside and stuff. I would love to see stuff like that, but you know, right now it's aliens and ghost orbs. It's different than everybody else's, but somewhat similar. But
well, John, I think you're on a good path. Like Daryl said, I think we might be in different points of this path or different concentric rings, you know, in the journey, but we'll all get there at our own pace. And I think one thing that I do like to point out is that a lot of us see something in the sky and it sends us on this outward journey for a long time. But what we really discover after years of searching is that this is just as much an inward journey as it is an outward search for something. And once we accept that and all the high strangeness that comes in between, the experiences do change for people. And just for my closing note, I think what comes to mind with any experience and myself is, like we've all said, it's love, joy, and peace. And if we can love ourselves and love those around us and find joy in the smallest things, then it's not that we all have to get along to find peace, but we will all have an inner peace that maybe will bring us together. So thank you very much for everybody for being here. Thank you to the YouTube audience that's tuning in, even if there were some naysayers in there. Sorry you didn't stick around, but that's how these things go.
I make one comment before I go, please?
Absolutely, please.
I didn't realize until I started getting into the orb thing. I feel like it's frowned upon in the community. Like it's something people don't want to talk about or people don't take seriously. Like if you took 7 people here, if you took all of our evidence and put it in one package, I don't understand how people can still question it. It really blows my mind.
They're at their spot in the journey. That's all you can say. They're at their spot in the journey.
Or John, as I said, I mean, it's fine to be skeptical and to say we're investigating it, but I would say there's definitely over 1 million photographs have been taken of orbs. And if they have not talked to the people who've taken these photographs open-mindedly and not make assumptions, how can you say you're investigating when there's a million photographs and you haven't even looked at them yet? You haven't talked to the people. That's why I asked the question to people. Has anybody been contacted by these people? They're not really interested. That's not what the mission is. You are the experts on this. Keep it in mind. Just keep filming. And eventually it's like UFOs. I mean, in 1975, when I started, I always tell the joke. If you saw a UFO, you were crazy. If you saw 2 UFOs, even the people in the UFO community would not talk to you because they thought you were crazy, because they used to think it was a random phenomena. It's come a long way. And as Max Planck said, the father of quantum physics, science, and I would add ufology, advance one funeral at a time. Eventually, we will become known as the people who had the answers. And everybody, that's why I say you're going to be in a situation where everybody's going to want to know, see your photographs, and these people knew and they were so lucky. And so just keep going and realize that everybody's at whatever stage they're at, and that eventually I've seen the last chapter and we win.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everybody.
We'll
Thank you very
talk
much.
soon.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Thank you.